Mr. Spicer, can we all kind of take our seats?
What's so funny, he never goes out there. The one
I know.
he goes-
Well, everybody's kind of walking around.
That's what I said. I said, it's one time. He goes out there, he gets in trouble.
All right. Okay, are we ready to go? All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our regular council meeting of the 77th Monrovia City Council this Tuesday, July 15th, and I will call this meeting to order at 7:36 p.m. We are going to start with our invocation by Barbara Golar, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilmember Edward Belden. Barbara, good evening.
Now, oh, yeah, there it is, okay. Good evening, Mayor Shevlin and council members and staff. I'm here representing the Interfaith Council, so I'd like to start off with this. O my God, verily thou didst perceive those who are present here turning unto thee, relying upon thee. O my Lord, illumine their eyes by the light of love and enkindle their hearts by the rays streaming from the heaven of the supreme concourse. Suffer them to become the signs of thy bestowal amongst the people and the standards of thy grace amongst mankind. O Lord, make those who are here the host of heaven, and through their service and instrumentally subdue the hearts of humanity. Cause thy great mercy to descend upon them and render all the friends victorious. Direct them that they may turn toward the kingdom of mercy and proclaim thy name amongst the people. May they lead the people to the bounty of thy most great guidance. O Lord, cast the glance of thy mercy upon them all. O Lord, ordain for them the beauty of thy holiness in thy kingdom of eternity. O Lord, protect them in every test. Make every foot firm in thy pathway of thy love, and help them to be as mighty mountains in thy cause, so that their faith shall not be wavering, their sight shall not be dim, nor hindered from witnessing the lights emanating from thy supreme kingdom. Verily, thou art the gracious, thou art the Almighty, and verily thou art the clement, the merciful.
Thank you.
Please stand and face the flag. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Edward. Okay, can we please have roll call?
Council members Belden,
Present.
Jimenez,
Here.
Spicer,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Kelly.
Here.
And Mayor Shevlin.
Here. We are going to then continue on to our report of closed session, which we did hold this evening, and I'll turn that over to Mr. Steele to report out.
Thank you, Mayor. Prior to the meeting this evening, the council met in closed session regarding the three items on the posted agenda. All members were present. The council took reports from staff and took no reportable action on any item.
Thank you. And then moving on to our presentations and proclamations, it's that time of month, and we have Kevin McManus here from the Pasadena Humane Society and the Pet of the Month for us, and we've got Mustang with us this evening.
That's right. Good evening, everyone. I brought this little bundle of energy, Mustang, who's a 2-year-old German Shepherd, Belgian Malinois mix. Very excited to meet everyone. And a really sweet boy. If you're looking for a very loyal and energetic companion, take a look at this guy. I heard there might be a marathoner here today, so if you're looking for a running buddy, this guy might be perfect for you. To make it even better, we're in the middle of an adoption promotion for all dogs and cats over 6 months. So from now until the 20th, all adoption fees are waived for those dogs and cats. So if you're looking to add a dog like Mustang or anyone else, please check us out. And we'll hopefully get a lot of adoptions from this.
Yeah.
One quick update. I know you all are probably aware of the U-Haul cats that we found thanks to Monrovia PD. Happy to report nearly all of them have been placed, so we're very, very close to a really happy ending for what could have been a really tragic situation. So great work by Monrovia PD, and yeah, they're all in good hands.
And I'm curious, do you still have your fostering program going on?
Oh, our fostering program is in full swing. It is still very much kitten season, and we do still have a lot of dogs, including a handful that are still 6 months removed from the Eaton fire that we're still caring for people who've lost their homes, which makes it really tight for us as far as kennel space. So if you're open to opening your home to a dog or a cat or a bunch of kittens, please do let us know.
Great, thank you very much. Well, we
Thank you.
do have to come down and get a picture with Mustang.
Wait a minute. Are we safe? I'm gonna let the mayor go first. Okay, all right.
He's big as a pony.
Better go find Mustang Sally.
Okay.
Wait, did he get the sheriff that came with him or what?
Thank you, Kevin. Next up, PR2 recognition of outgoing Community Services Commissioner Julie Bank, Planning Commissioner Bill Sheaf, and Monrovia Old Town Advisory Board Member Roy Weissman. If you could come on up, and we've got plaques for you, but I'll let you, if any one of you want to say anything first, and then we'll come down with a photo op and give you your plaque at the podium there.
Well, I'd just like to say thank you for the opportunity that I've had to be a part of Monrovia and the Monrovia Old Town Advisory Board, and just supporting the people and being supported by the people of Monrovia. It's been a wonderful opportunity for us. Me and my wife have enjoyed every moment that we've been here.
Well, and we thank
you.
you very, very much for your service as well. And each one of the plaques is an appreciation and recognition of your dedicated service. The Monrovia City Council gratefully acknowledges your generous support and vital input and on these boards and commissions. So we thank you very much. Julie?
So I want to thank you as well for the opportunity to serve for this amazing city here in Monrovia. The Community Services Commission and the Community Services staff is an amazing group of people working really, really hard every day for our open spaces and for our recreation. And I'm just honored to have been part of that, and I look forward to continued improvements in the parks and continued amazing opportunities for residents, and I'll be using the park as well, and so
And
thank you.
I'm sure you still work for Empower.
Yes, I am one of the board members of
Ah.
Power, which is the Monrovia Wilderness Recreation Foundation, and we're about to have our auction next week.
Yes,
so.
you are. Yes, you are. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
And Bill?
My name is Bill Sheaf. It's been my pleasure really to serve the city in a couple of capacities, but this last experience with the Planning Commission has been a wonderful, wonderful experience. The staff there is absolutely amazing. Every question got answered, everything got followed up. They are a wonderful group of people, and it was fun and really great to work with them. So I want to thank you very much.
Well, and thank you. You're a wonderful group of people on your own. Any comments from the council?
Just thank you so much. You're all so special and you really added a lot to all of the input that we get on a regular basis. So thank you.
I also would like to thank you for the hard work that you put in. Bill, we go back to way back on the Planning Commission when you first came on. I learned a lot from you, and I really appreciate all the work you put into the Planning Commission.
I want to say thank you to the three of you. I've always said that volunteers make Monrovia go. A lot of people don't realize that our city commissioners, they don't get paid. They don't get paid financially. But having been a commissioner for 9 years before I got on the council, it's a passion. You do it because you love the community, the commitment of time, and to see your smiling faces enjoying what you're doing. Thank you for your many years of service.
Well, you three are amazing, and to lose all three of you all at once, we should not allow it. But you all, we know that you're going to continue to serve. We know that we're going to continue to see you in Monrovia. You have made a big difference, and we thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being an example for those that are coming up behind you.
And we do have these wonderful plaques for you. We also have some other accommodations, and we'll give them to you. We're going to come down and do a photo op.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. And last but not least, we have PR3, and it's recognition of 50 States Marathon runner Leslie Rook.
All right.
And Mr. Feek, I believe you are taking this one.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, Mayor Shevlin, I'd like to invite Leslie to take the podium, but also a few friends. Karen, would you mind joining her up at the podium? Also, if we have any representatives who would like to recognize Leslie as well, please feel free to come up and join. It's not every day we get to celebrate someone who puts her blood, sweat, tears, energy into doing something really unique and special. A few weeks ago, Karen Suarez reached out to me and says, "Hey, I know a resident who has just achieved something that is pretty amazing. And for the first time in my life, I am now aware of a person, particularly a Monrovian, who recently ran her 50th marathon. She now run a marathon in all 50 states. It's a very exclusive club, even for those of us who might run one marathon. You will never find me running one marathon. But what I'd like to do at this time is invite Leslie to the podium and just share any words that she might like to share with the public. This is quite amazing. And in even my career, you are the first, ma'am, that we're able to recognize for something like this. So congratulations on all your accomplishments.
Thank you very much. Definitely thank you to family and the running community here in Monrovia and every other place that I've lived when I started this journey just over 14 years ago. So yeah, it's taken a lot of hard work, but so much support from everybody and, everyone just cheering me on, via text and in person, whenever I see them. It's just been very nice community feel. So thank you.
And do you know about our Fountain to the Falls?
I do, yes. It's starting again.
I don't want
Oh, no. Well, I hope that we'll see you out there on September 6th for our Fountain to the Falls. I'm sure you can do that with no problem whatsoever. I know that there are some representatives here to give you certificates, and we also have ones for Senator Sasha Renee Perez has provided one, and Assemblymember John Harabedian, and then from us. So, but I'll go ahead and let Congressman Cisneros is representative.
Hi, Leslie. Well, I'm Christiane from Congressman Gil Cisneros' office. He represents Monrovia in the House of Reps. And when Karen reached out to our office to sort of request and let us know that this was happening, it just really spoke to the community of Monrovia, how supportive you all are of each other. And I think it's so beautiful. So I'm just going to read this from the Congressman. So
You want to-
yes,
yeah.
of course. Thank you. So in honor of your induction into the 50 States Marathon Club, this well-deserved recognition serves as a true testament to your impressive athleticism and your years of hard work and discipline, spending countless hours training for your many races and culminating in this distinct and very prestigious accomplishment. On behalf of California's 31st Congressional District, I congratulate you on this joyous occasion and extend my very best wishes on your continued success as a runner and as a community role model worthy of commendation.
Thank you.
Vicki?
Hi, Leslie. So if you don't mind, so I'm here representing LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger, hearing about your journey. I just have two questions for you, if you don't mind. What motivated you to decide to do a marathon in each state?
I was I wasn't persuaded because it was a pretty easy decision, but I had a friend who was doing it. And she said, "Hey, why don't you do it with me?" And I said, "Sure, why not?"
So the question is, did you both finish that?
She's still working on hers.
Oh,
but,
okay.
yeah. But she's very close.
Well, that's wonderful. You are a true friend. The other one is, what was your favorite state to run in?
My favorite race was probably New York City, just because we were living there, so I got to train on the course, and it's just a really special race with so much support from that particular city and running through so many iconic areas. So that would probably be my favorite.
Well, that description just reminds me of different marathons, and when you see people, cheering at the runners, encouraging them, and in that spirit of participation and community, this is really a milestone of what you've done. You said you spent 14 years doing this. That's a career. So I'm just so proud and honored to be able to present this to you, this commendation for something that I don't think hardly anyone will accomplish, but you did it. So thank you for being a role model. Thank you for your contribution, for giving people hope to set their aspirations high and complete them. So on behalf of Supervisor Barger, I'm going to present you with this commendation, and there you are in the middle. We got the hair right.
Well, we'll come down and I'll give you the rest of these certificates, but yes,
So while they're gathering, I just go ahead and start gathering up front. And I just want to say that Leslie and Jim and Hobson and Winslet are neighbors of my husband John and I. And we just hit the jackpot with them as neighbors. And they remodeled their Craftsman house so beautifully and kept the character. And Leslie's a full-time employed physical therapist and raising two magnificent kids. And I just couldn't be more proud to be able to help bring this recognition to Leslie and Jim for supporting her and helping it be possible. And a couple other neighbors are here. Mark Salazar's here, neighbor across the street. Jan Dunbar's here, supporting Leslie. So it's a great community thing to love her. Thanks.
well, thank you very much. That is an awesome accomplishment. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to run 7 miles by September. Yeah, or walk. Walk, right. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we do not have a student government representative report this evening. That will be returning in September. And then I don't believe we have any changes in our order of business. And so we will move on then to our consent calendar, which are items CC1 through CC13, all considered routine business and can be enacted with one motion. So unless someone needs to pull something or has question, discussion, do we have a motion to approve?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve CC1 through, I think it was
CC13.
CC13.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second, then without objection, so approved. Thank you very much. Okay, then moving on then to public input. This is the time. We thank you for joining us for our meeting. We encourage the input from our visitors and our community. And I do believe we do have some speaker cards, so we will ask you to come up, and if you could keep your comments to 3 minutes, that would be great. And so, Alice, who do we have up?
Starting with Karen Suarez and Edie Ramirez.
Ladies.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, Dylan, Mr. Steele. Pasadena, City of Los Angeles, the County of Los Angeles, the City of Culver City, the City of Montebello, the City of Monterey Park, the City of Pico Rivera, the City of Santa Monica, and the City of West Hollywood all filed a motion to intervene in the Vasquez-Padermo et al. V. Noam et al. Lawsuit, which seeks to stop the federal government from engaging in aggressive and dangerous immigration enforcement practices in Pasadena and the Los Angeles area. In recent weeks, cities in the San Gabriel Valley have experienced an unprecedented increase in aggressive federal immigration enforcement activity, which has spread fear, confusion, and distress among residents, including those who have lived in our communities for decades, and even among U.S. citizens. The federal government's unannounced actions have hindered local businesses as customers and business owners, including U.S. citizens, choose to stay home out of fear of being arbitrarily detained and even arrested. Police departments have been forced to divert limited local resources to determine whether individuals exiting unmarked vehicles are armed, masked, unidentified federal law enforcement agents or armed, masked, unidentified vigilantes.
Good evening, Mayor Shevlin, council, awesome staff and manager. Thank you for letting us comment. Residents of Monrovia and the Foothill Community Democrats are asking the city of Monrovia to join the litigation, calling for the federal government to stop employing these aggressive and dangerous tactics, which we believe to be improper and unconstitutional. Adding the city of Monrovia gives strength to stand up for the moral and ethical commitment to dignity and well-being and safety of Monrovians. No city should stand by and let other communities shoulder the stance of their residents' safety. As concerned residents, we cannot take for granted that the current judge's ruling will be upheld and protect Monrovians from arbitrary arrests. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next is Agent Deirdre Duncan.
Hello. Good
Hello.
evening, Mayor and City Council. I am a crisis, unhoused, family, homeless advocate. I am also a trustee, ecclesiastic trustee of many Monrovian families. I have been trying to house families that have a Section 8 voucher. And with the Section 8 voucher not being with the market rate, I'm unable to house these individuals. As I see, there's units available that could be housed for these families. And under your policy and procedure, it says that you're supposed to make sure that families that are needing housing gets housed. And so I'm asking you today, what can be done to house families? Because if the market rate is this amount and the voucher is this amount, it's not the same. So these families get unhoused, possibly losing their voucher, becoming more housing unhoused families, and on top of all of that, you're building more units, and then they're supposed to be affordable, but they only take a percentage that's affordable, and the waiting lists are 2, 3, 4 years before they even house families. So I'm asking, are you guys part of Not in My Backyard, or are you trying to do something to make sure that all families get housed? Thank you.
Thank you. Did you give your contact information to the city clerk?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
I have no other speaker cards.
Anyone else wishing to address the city council on items not on the agenda? Not seeing any, then I will close that portion of our meeting, and we will move on to reports of city manager and staff.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Mayor. A couple items on the directives log that you have in front of you, we've completed since our meetings in early June and July. So no real significant updates to the directives log. I do want to provide a couple community updates to the council, which will also come out in subsequent city manager updates. We currently have engaged a local artist in Monrovia, Donna Harkett, to work on restoration of the Recreation Park mural. I was at an activity, it was actually the MYBL closing ceremonies some time ago, and noticed there was some graffiti and significant paint chipping on the mural. And so we asked Donna to come back. She was the original artist who designed it, to come back and not only restore the damage, but to resurface, redo the painting. That way it can last long into the future. Also, Sotaro Saneshi Park progress is coming along very well. They're moving very fast. They started talking about concrete and sidewalk poetry, for the footnote poetry stuff sooner than we had anticipated, which is all good. Currently, there's an open call for submissions for the public art component of the project, but we're just really excited at this project. Council was at a groundbreaking just a short time ago, but the contractors seem to be making very good progress on this. The Chick-fil-A local restaurant owner has been very easy to work with, very excited about even collaborating to do public mural piece on their property adjacent to the park. So just an enhanced public art component to the project. In-N-Out is also moving along very quickly. At the last week when I spoke with one of our project inspectors, he estimated between 30 and 45 days. They received their electricity last week. They've been just moving at a very feverish pace. And so we expect more information to soon be forthcoming on In-N-Out, but it's moving ahead very quickly. Just not to speak to specific public comments that were made earlier tonight, but in kind of reference to what the city council has been doing to address housing, I want to speak a little bit to Pathway Home. Since council supported the project last year, Pathway Home continues to provide much needed housing assistance as well as all the wraparound services and care to 53 people who are currently unhoused. Almost 50% of those people were Monrovia-based or have a Monrovia connection. They continue to reach out to our teams when there is a unexpected opening or someone moves over into, moves from transitional housing or short-term housing into more what's called permanent supportive housing. They continue to receive case management, wraparound care, but then Pathway Home will reach out to us, the city of Duarte, and ask if we have any updates on people who are experiencing homelessness who may want to participate in the program. So it's been a wonderful success story. We continue working in collaboration with the county on that project. And then last but not least, Canyon Park continues to be very active. We're very excited to see all the activity there, even included our first emergency call just last week. Unfortunately, when you have park and you have hot days, sometimes people either trip or slip or start to display signs of heat exhaustion when on the trail. And so even some of our first responders are getting up there for the very first time because some folks are new and weren't there when it opened. But it continues to be very successful. The outflowing of just support and gratitude has been significant. We try to share that with staff, want to share that with city council. I just think people have been thus far have been just very, very excited to have their park back, but continue to ooh and ah over the work that was done. I do expect there to be some videos and some more materials that we'll be producing soon to be able to share the story of the park. I think especially after it's open, we want to make sure we capture the decisions that were made, why we did things a certain way, and really be able to tell that story long into the future. So that's my update this evening. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions of Dylan? Canyon Park, I've already been back and gone hiking and whatnot, and I know I have heard some feedback on the reservation process for the weekends, and there seem to be some glitches in that or getting emailed confirmations back and things like that.
I'll check into it. If you could share any of those directly with either me or with Tina Cherry, Community Services Director, let us know so we can review.
One of my, I know she's not watching tonight, but it's my daughter. And she told staff, she goes, I was going to complain again to my mom, but she's not getting, she signs up and then she doesn't get any kind of confirmation.
Oh, that's just because she's your daughter.
Yeah. No, she doesn't, she's not getting special treatment. Okay, well, thank you very much, Dylan. Okay, then we are moving on to reports of city council members, and how about, Edward, we'll start with you today.
I've heard we're supposed to make them short. My colleagues here. I'll try to be very, very quick. As already was mentioned by one of our board members, but Empower is having their auction, our annual summer auction, to raise money for our parks and recreation opportunities and youth scholarships, and really it's just a chance for all Monrovians to get some great stuff. A lot of it is things and options, and you might want to do anyways in Monrovia, and now you get a little discount, and you get to give back at the same time. So check that out. It starts Sunday, and it goes in for a week. Please, you can look at our website or check with me, and we can get you an email up. I'm sure it'll be in the city manager's update as well. And then the CPA, the Clean Power Alliance, was at their board meeting last Thursday. Not a lot of updates other than the one thing they did bring up is that we did have a new budget bill go through on the federal side. It did make a lot of changes to a lot of energy upgrade incentives and tax rebates. So a lot of those are going to be timing out. So things you might be able to receive a tax break on for your house, a lot of those are going to be timing out in about a year rather than a little longer period of time. There's also incentives for like electrical vehicle incentive, the federal rebate. That's going to be timing out in September. So if anyone wants to buy an electric vehicle, they got to do it now. Or you don't have to, but you can if you want to save that and get that rebate. So a lot of incentives were lost there. It also will have an impact. I want to say it was about 40,000 jobs over about the next 5 to 10 years. Most of that's because of the incentives that are on the side of creating large renewable projects. So a lot of solar, wind jobs and potential opportunities, and a lot of that's on the West Coast that are going to be lost because of the changes that were there. So it should have they were projecting that we probably have about 45% reduction in our carbon emissions on the national side, and because of the changes, it probably is going to flatten out, and we won't have that. So just an update on some potential opportunities, and maybe there'll be changes later on if people want them. So there you go. Thanks.
Sergio.
Madam Mayor, we attended the Independent Cities Association Conference, the three of us, but I think, is there consensus that we're going to wait so all of us can give our report next time?
Yes.
So we're going to pass on that, the three of us that attended.
Sounds good. Larry?
Just a quick update regarding community services. The summer teen program on Friday night spot has been a huge success. The team is hosting over 150 youth every Friday, with close to 50 youth returning each week. This Friday, the teens will be hanging loose with a surf simulator. I was thinking about going and trying that out, but my knees aren't ready yet. So anyway, beginning this Saturday, we'll be hosting a free family movie nights in the neighborhood parks. July 19th, Mona 2 at Station Square Park. Who?
Moana.
Okay, Moana. Moana. Okay. And then on July 26th, Wonka at Recreation Park, August 2nd, Sonic 3 at Julian Fisher Park. And finally, the last one is August 9th, which is Wicked. Wicked Moana. At Library Park. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Okay, great. Dr. Kelly?
I can't wait to see Mona. It's going to be
Yeah.
amazing. I don't really have a report, but I do want to have everyone save the date for Saturday, November the 1st. The Immigration Resource Center is having their gala to raise funds. So please, it's going to be at the Historical Museum. So it's going to be a wonderful night under the stars. So please go to the IRC website. You can get your tickets there. And that's it.
Great. And I did want to say and I know everybody joins in on this, just a great thank you to staff in the city of Monrovia for putting on the 4th of July fireworks. I know that, there's a little push and pull on that. Some people don't like the aftermath, but I have to say that for the overwhelming majority of all that yucky air and noise, it's the illegal fireworks, and they go on foreverness during the night. But so proud to be able to support that and provide that for the community. I know we get a lot of great comments on that, so thank you very much. I too was doing a little traveling as well. I just got back today from New York. In fact, I got home in time to throw my luggage in the house and then come here. I've been up since like 5:45 New York time. So I was there on behalf of Foothill Transit, attending a multimodal conference. And so it was very, very interesting. And so I'll have some comments at our next council meeting for that. But, yeah, and be sure to also go to our concerts, continue on Sundays, and those movies in the park. And I also wanted to highlight, Dylan did have it in his update on the Block Party trailer. The little video was available. It's just such an awesome opportunity for people in our community to have that resource open to them, to have the chairs, the tables, the games, and all that come to your block and just have a great time with your friends on your block. So with that, I will end there, and we will move on to our administrative reports, AR1, and I believe that this is our amendment to the city manager's employment agreement, increasing annual salary and authorizing one-time redemption of a.
See you later, Dylan.
Oh.
He told me to leave. I gotta be out of here for this one.
Oh, okay. One-time redemption of a portion of accrued and unused sick leave, resolution number 2025-40-45. And Mr. Steele is going to present on this.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of the council, to avoid any perception of a conflict of interest, I suggested that Mr. Feek recuse himself and leave the room on this item. As the council is aware, you have recently completed Mr. Feek's annual performance evaluation, and was a successful evaluation again. And under his existing employment agreement, this is the time to consider changes to his compensation, which occurs once a year. In this case, data that was made available by the HR department indicated that because of a 5% limit on the amount of an annual salary increase that's in the existing contract, our city manager's salary continues to fall further behind the market. City manager salaries are accelerating, and they're certainly accelerating in many cases by more than that 5% amount. So Mr. Feek's existing salary of $257,548 is significantly below even the average of some of our surrounding cities, which is the list is on page 2 of your staff report. So obviously these issues have to be discussed and acted on in open session. And this is the open session that the government code requires for considering executive compensation. And the resolution before you would do 3 things. One is to delete the existing limitation, the existing cap of 5% on an annual salary increase. That was something that the council put in when Mr. Feek was first hired. And in this case, the council retains the discretion to decide the amount of an annual performance increase, annual compensation increase. It just removes the 5% cap, which, as I say, was something put in for a new city manager 6 years ago. Second, it would approve an annual salary increase of 9%, and the new salary would be $280,716, which would move him more into an average of those public entities that are listed in item 2 of the staff report for comparison. And third, currently all employees have a cap on the amount of accrued sick leave that they can redeem at any time, once per year. And in this case, Mr. Feek has requested that he be allowed to redeem some of his excess sick leave time, which currently stands at about 529 hours of accrued sick leave. And so we have suggested that he could redeem up to $30,000 of sick leave time at the prior salary level, not at the increased salary level. That cash out, quote unquote, is always put into a deferred compensation fund, so it's essentially contributing to a retirement fund, which is what other city employees are allowed to do. The difference here is that there's a one-time increased amount of the sick leave time that could be redeemed. So those are the three things that are suggested in Resolution 2025-45. There are no other changes to his contract that are proposed, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of Mr. Steele?
Nope.
Did we have any requests for public comment? Yep. To the podium, Karen.
Karen Suarez, resident of Monrovia, and I never pass up an opportunity while I'm here. I'd just like to say that I am just so thrilled with the job that our city manager, Dylan Feek, has done. He did an outstanding response with our Bobcat fire, and he continues to just be for me, he's been the most outstanding city manager that I've ever seen here in the city of Monrovia. So just wanted to say,
Well, thank you.
do what we need to do to keep him.
We like him too. So if there are no further comments, questions, did you?
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-45.
Second.
Can we have a roll call vote?
Council members Belton?
Yes.
Jimenez?
Yes.
Spicer?
Absolutely,
Mayor Pro
yes.
Tem Dr. Kelly?
Yes.
And Mayor Shevlin?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, then that brings us then to, he can come back in. It was real rough.
So I apologize when I stepped out to walk away and didn't explain why I was walking out. I didn't mean to make a show that when you're talking my contract, for me to just get up and leave and
Well,
walk out of the room.
I didn't look up, I was reading and I thought, am I saying something funny?
But I was trying to convince the fire chief, Jeremy Sanchez, to stand at the back window and just quietly shake his head no like this. He wouldn't do it. Thank you all. It's heartwarming to hear the kind words. I appreciate them very much. I love this town, love working with the city council. This is just the best team I've ever been a part of. And I enjoy it so much. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for your dedication. And then, before we adjourn here, our next scheduled meetings, and I might have you explain this, Alice, because when I read it, it doesn't make a lot of sense. The regular meeting of the Monrovia City Council is scheduled for, the next regular scheduled meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September 2nd, 7:30 PM in these council chambers. And the August 5th and August 19th council meetings have been canceled. The city council may adjourn the regular meeting, meaning today, July 15th, to an earlier time on August 5th. And Ed, you want to explain that? I'm not quite sure I understand that adjourning our regular meeting tonight to an earlier time on August 5th.
So I'm going to do my best with the
Why-
BCA
yeah.
sitting over there, but essentially, due to the August 5th meeting, have a conflict with the National Night Out every year and council's desire to attend that. The direction proposed is to adjourn this regular meeting to continue on August 5th
Oh,
at
I
5
get it.
PM.
Okay.
We can't move the time of a regular meeting to be
Okay.
earlier, and there are limits to what
Okay.
special meetings can have. So we're giving notice that we'll continue.
We'll,
and-
we'll have kind of a special meeting that will start earlier on August 5th. And it was because we didn't include that in our updates or our announcements. National Night Out is Tuesday, August 5th. And I encourage everyone in the community to come out and celebrate with us in our awesome police department. There will be food and activities and things for everyone and probably bubbles. And so come out that evening. I believe it starts at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, August 5th. So we are adjourning this meeting tonight and to include then August 5th at 5 p.m. Okay. All right, so you can come see us on August 5th at 5 p.m., and then you can go to National Night Out. In adjournment, we adjourn this evening in the memory of Charles Pete Gross, grandfather of accounting assistant April Olson, former deputy chief of Los Angeles Police Department and former chief of Newport Beach Police Department. And so our hearts and prayers go out to their family. And with that, I don't think I'd have much voice left. I was in New York City, and the air there is really bad. I'll just say that.
What were you smelling?
Well, it was a lot, there was a lot of weed there, a lot. So with that, it was,
The police chief has some words for you after.
yeah, we are adjourned at 8:25 PM. Thank you for joining us.
He has some words.
You're getting contact high.